Redfest 2022 returns once again this year. The festival will be happening at the Redhill School in Morningside and will host some of the biggest names in theatre, music and the arts. The aim is to provide something for each and every family member to enjoy, together with an outdoor farmers market and indoor coffee shop to enjoy between productions. This will take place from Friday the 29th of July to Sunday the 31st of July. And Joseph Gerassi, Executive Head of Redhill School, joins us now to tell us more. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, and thanks for having us on.
It's so good. I mean, we're just having a conversation now that it's almost like a Makanda, but in Johannesburg. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So I am the executive head, but I actually have always been involved in theatre and have loved theatre. So that's really been my passion.
Yeah.
And when I got to Redhill, I had been obviously to the National Arts Festival, and I thought in Johannesburg we just don't have anything like that.
Yes.
So you've got to get on a plane, you've got to fly down, you know, and to see the festival. Why can't we have a festival in Johannesburg? And the Redhill School is just the most amazing campus because it's not set up like a traditional campus. It's got nooks and crannies, and we've got a whole lot of, we've got our own film studio, we've got our own radio that you know is live on all day, and so we've got different venues. We've got our auditorium, we've got our hall, so many venues. And I thought, why don't we actually do this and bring community out into a festival setting?
Yeah.
You know, in Joburg, a lot of people just don't seem to go to the theatre. It's too far, it's late at night, it's too cold. But festivals have a way of bringing people together because you can bring the kids along, and there's kiddies shows, and there's kiddies areas, and there's food, and there's drink, and there's just so much going on. So I just thought, let's do that. We started it off quite small. 2019, it was enormous because we then added in a full-on music festival.
Right.
And we've got some big names this year. We've got Shekinah.
Right.
So she's performing. Matthew Mole, Ayanda MVP will be there. EDM, Zena, Jamie Lee Sexton. So on the Saturday night, it's it's really for the teenagers and a music festival, and that goes on from like 4:30 till 10:30. So it's a great way to come and just enjoy the wonderful weather we have in Joburg. You know, that's one of the things that we really do enjoy.
You don't have to pack the warm clothes to Makanda.
No, absolutely. So really a lot of fun.
Yeah, I want to talk about the theatre productions. You touched a little bit on that, of productions. But Kucho Green as well is also there. Mike Van Graan, tell us a little bit about the productions. Right.
So Kucho Green is actually going to be very busy because she's actually doing The Line. So Gina Schmuckler's The Line, a production all about xenophobia. So it's absolutely fantastic. And then Mike Van Graan's latest production, Country Duty, and she's in that as well. So two wonderful productions. We're bringing up a production from the Baxter Theatre, Shadow Boxing, also really powerful production talking about basic toxic masculinity. We've also got Evil. Now, Evil has been on at the National Festival as well, and that's Jacques de Silva, also fantastic, powerful production about bullying in in schools, and that we've heard so much about that. So that's a great thing. We've got Brian Schimmel, who's one of South Africa's famous musical directors, and he's doing More Than a Handful. That's been on already at Theatre on the Square, so he's bringing that across. That's really exciting. We've also got theatre experts like Craig Morris. He's doing Two Lovers, so that's wonderful. And then there's also all the musical stuff that we've got. We've got a group doing Africa Soul. And they're just a group that do a lot of African soul music and American soul music. A lot of fun there. We start off on the Thursday night with a full-on exhibition, which was curated by Kim Lieberman, one of South Africa's famous artists. And really there we're looking at activism and how art is used as a form of activism. So that's really exciting. Friday morning, we have school kids that come, and we put on some of these productions. What's exciting about the schools festival is that we ask the directors and the actors to stay behind to talk to the kids about their productions. So we've got like Plezier Engel, which is a really powerful Afrikaans production that's happening, and just so many different productions that are happening. Fringe productions, a lot of guys that just haven't had the opportunity yet. And what we've tried to do is two things. One, get community back out there. COVID, the masks are down. Let's just start living again. And second, every single one of the artists, they didn't have to pay to be at the festival, and they're getting paid a full salary no matter who comes to see their show. So Redhill, we wanted to support the arts. We wanted to say, let's just kick kickstart, get some money back into the economy again. Let's get those artists being paid for what they love doing and what they do so well. So we're taking the full. That's why we need people like you to interview us and get people to come and buy tickets. That's really great. We've managed to get Standard Bank on board, so that was really exciting. So they're getting involved, and that they'll keep getting involved.
Fingers crossed. And talk to us about the process of curating a festival on a much smaller scale, but not giving people too little or too much. What goes into that?
So you have to, I was an Aledi judge, and so I'm lucky enough to be invited to see all of these productions. So I spend the year going to see all the shows that I can. I love supporting theatre.
So lucky.
And I'm very lucky. So I managed to get that. And then you look very carefully at, have you got enough thing for the kids? It's really important. People love to bring kids to a festival. You can just say for 4 days the kids can be entertained. So that's amazing. So we've got productions like Mr. Mandela, Mr. Hare Meets Mr. Mandela, and Under the Baobab Tree from the Children's Youth Theatre. So we've got enough for the kids. Then you've got to make sure that there's music. So Upside Down and Inside Out, that's a wonderful musical about coming out of COVID is on. We've got, as I said, Brian Schimmel. So there's enough for people who like musical theatre. Then you've got to have some really serious theatre. So you've got to make sure that you've got enough serious theatre happening on as well. And then you've got to have comedy. So people like Matthew Ribnick, he's coming back to do The Chilli Boy, and he's coming back to do Monkey Nuts. So you make sure that you've got someone who can really entertain the audience. Then it's important to have your music festival, because the kids, they're drawn to the festival because of the music festival. And then when they're there, they start to buy tickets to see shows. And really what's important about a festival is you want to get young people on the campus who've never gone to the theatre going, well, maybe I'll go, I've got to wait for the festival. What we're trying to build in South Africa, I think that's really important, are audiences. We can have some of the greatest, and I've been lucky enough to be at some of the greatest festivals in the world, the Edinburgh Festival. And let me tell you, our artists in this country can stand their ground anywhere in the world. We've got the most amazing artists. We just don't have the audiences.
And talking about having hosted this in 2019 and 2022, what lessons came with the 2019 edition, and why are you applying those in 2022 to make sure, there were challenges there, but we're rectifying them in 2022?
We've got a lot more to eat and to drink. We also realize we've got a gin bar and we've got a beer tent. We also realize that, when people go out, they really want to be able to have food and drink. And I think in the first festival, we didn't have enough of that. Now the field is almost like the village green at the National Arts Arts Festival. So there's plenty to eat, plenty to drink. We also realized that we had to have a holding place for children. So we've got childminders who will look after your kids. You just drop them there and they will be taken care of while you can then go and enjoy the whole festival. We've got a full-on restaurant. So for people who don't want to be walking around, and buying food, they can go to our restaurant. We've also got a full-on crafts market. So there must be between 20 and 30 stalls there. Again, trying to get people that, are working in that industry to be able to have a festival to go to. So 3 wonderful days where they can come and share their wonderful, goods, and people can hopefully buy from them. So it's generating the money into the economy again, getting people to go out there and have a good time. And let's party.
You know what I'm happy about? Live events. The fact that we are back out there again. All right, so ticket details. Where do people purchase tickets? And for somebody who may not even know Johannesburg all that well, where in Johannesburg is Morningside?
Right. So Morningside is just off Sandton, right? So we're on Rivonia Road, just behind the Morningside Shopping Centre. And if you're looking for tickets, then you just get on to redhillartsfestival.co.za. And we have an entire program on there. It's actually really interactive. It's a really exciting program. You won't know what to go and see. It's all over the place. But as you press book for something, it takes you right through to Howler, which is our booking site, and you can book straight there. And we've really tried to keep the tickets at a minimum. So most tickets are anywhere between 75 Rand and 120 Rand, just to give people that opportunity. And keep watching the Redhill Facebook site. Every now and again, we have a 2-hour special, half price, or a Black Friday, where we'll bring down the prices, because we want to make sure that those the theatres we have are jam-packed. you know, for Redhill, I must make it clear, it's not a fundraising event for
Yes,
Redhill.
yeah.
In fact, I'm probably going to lose a bit of money on this, but it's Redhill giving back.
Yeah.
And as a school, we are, you know, that's what we like to do. In our outreach programs, in this particular instance, we're reaching out to the arts community and saying, here's a place where you can come and show your art. We're going to make sure that you get paid, and we just want people to come and enjoy the theatre again.
You know what? I'm happy. Thank you so much.
We're going to see you there.
Yes, definitely. I'm bringing my kids.
You
The
bring
moment
them?
you said kids, then I said, I'm coming. I'm coming.
I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you so much for talking to us. Enjoy. Well, I'll see you guys on Saturday, I think.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
So,
We look forward to it.
needless to say, the Redhill Arts Festival is the place to be for Joburgers from 29 to 31st July. We just spoke to Joseph Gerassi, Executive Head of Redhill School, on what can be expected.